Passat, to be honest. It's just a normal, practical, big sedan, whereas the Mazda 3 is it has way less space, it's way less practical compared to the Passat, but it is also way prettier. Yep. And the Passat will be way more comfortable. Anyway, um, hi Bobby, please wear a mask. Don't get sick. Because if you get sick, I have no local car presenters to review cars. Oh, thank you, Adrian. Um, I think I wore a mask. It's just that I took it off when I need to video the car. And the car doesn't have COVID. And the car won't cough at me. I'm just there doing my video. Anyway, thanks for your concern. Um, of course, I have to be very, very careful because I have kids at home. I don't want to die yet. I can only die when my kids are 18. Yeah, I still need to take care of them. Um, sorry, my neck. Hi Bobby, would you share your view on current market economics with regards to the car industry, used, recon or new? Um, I think for the short term being, there won't be too big of a jolt, even though everybody is trying to give discounts. I think the real hit would probably come early next year, because the Malaysian government did something extraordinary. They pressured the banks into offering moratorium for everybody for housing and car loans um, for 6 months, from April all the way to end of September. So by October, those who work in hotels that has since shut down, or those where their business was affected and then they have to close their businesses, if they haven't found another source of income by then, in 2 months their cars will be towed by the finances, the bank loans and all that, which the Western media call debt traps, right? I mean, how do you call a bank loan a debt trap when, I mean, people loan you money, you're supposed to pay. If you can't afford, they'll take ownership of whatever they loan the money for you to buy. Isn't that the Western financial system that the Western world built on and the world catch up? And why is it called a debt trap when it's done by Asians? I have no idea. Anyway, um, so unfortunately, yeah, if they couldn't find a replacement income, then the cars will be towed, and then in another 2 months, the housing foreclosure will start. 4 months, and your house will go into foreclosure. That is a very, very scary proposition. And if the moratorium ends in October, in 4 months it will be February, and that will be when Chinese New Year is, and that's when the foreclosure happens. So it's a scary thing, it's a real thing. And in fact, currently, banks no longer offer loans to people in the airline industry or oil and gas industry or hotel and travel industry. Even though if your company is still around, even if you are still getting your paycheck, even though you are still healthy, you are still alright, the banks have a very, very high reject rate currently. They don't loan out to, unfortunately, people in these industries for now. Unprecedented times, I would say. Alright. Um, sorry, very sleepy. 2 o'clock in the morning. Um, Sorry, these are just comments. I mean, hi Bobby, your statement that a person who was driving a sedan now wants an SUV is very correct. Well assessed. Very good review. Thank you. Thanks for the video content. Thank you. Good review, Bobby. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Um, um, Hi there. Foo. I just got myself a 6 Series convertible and would likely do the screen mod you did, which is the Android screen. I keep hearing horror stories about the top. Do you take any special measures to take care of it? And if it does break, any idea who will be able to service it well? I'm not sure who will be able to service it well because my 9-year-old 6 Series convertible is perfectly fine. The top opens and in fact I just went out driving with my kids in there and dropped the top and let them look at the moon. So for me, I would use it day in and out just to drop the top and drive around. And congratulations, Louis, for buying the 6 Series convertible. It is the best convertible out there now. The best because it has 4 seats. It has a 3-liter turbo engine, which is not high on maintenance. It is frugal on fuel. It is not high on road tax. It is powerful enough with 300 plus horsepower. And the car is just beautiful, comfortable, well built, spacious, relaxing to drive. There's just nothing else out there that is as balanced in every single proposition as the 6 Series convertible. S-Class convertible, too expensive. Maserati Grand Cabrio, too big an engine, and the Maserati interior. 911, 2 seats and 2 dock seats. And 4 Series convertible, yeah, but it's not as regal as a 6 Series, right? The 4 Series is sporty, it's beautiful, but it just don't allow you that GT sitting position, you know? And the 6 Series is just, of course, an M6 convertible would be better, alright? But then it's a 4.4 V8. It's not a 3-liter straight 6, which is smaller engine, you know, more frugal and all that. So the 6 Series convertible is a fantastic car. And if my roof goes wrong, where do I fix it? I'll find my way. Maybe if yours goes wrong, you can message me and then we go and find it out. I'm sure someone will be able to fix it, don't worry. Alright, congratulations again on your 6 Series convertible. You made the right choice, Mr. Louis Tan. Hi Bobby, I would like to know more about 48 volt mild hybrid. So basically, our cars are 12 volt architecture. Every electrical components in our cars runs on 12 volt voltage architecture, right? So, but 12 volt isn't powerful enough to move some modern electric motors that are small, but they can generate a lot of torque, a lot of power, and 12 volt isn't enough for that. Hence, these cars have a separate, instead of going all out plug-in hybrid or all out electric car, they have this 48 volt system that can sort of be plug and play in the assembly line, right? So, of course, there are different concepts, but generally, we all know our engine has a lot of belts, and one of it pulls the alternator. What does the alternator do? It is linked to our engine, the pulleys, and then as long as your engine is running, it will run the alternator, and then the alternator will charge electricity into your battery, constantly charging. So what these component makers, I'm not sure if it is Siemens or Bosch, but I definitely know Continental has a system for this because they invited me to check out their 48 volt mild hybrid system 4 or 5 years ago when it was still in prototype stages. They flew me to Hanover, their R&D facility, and I checked it out and experienced it. It is an ingenious system. Let's say your car's assembly plant, right? You have your car, you have your engines, and then you have your components and all that. Their 48 volt mild hybrid system can be added into a car's existing assembly line just to make a few of them becoming mild hybrids. So how did they design this? This a very small motor that replaces your alternator. Alright, so this motor runs on a 48-volt battery system in the car, a separate battery, and then it is linked to your engine, your crankshaft, with a different belt. It's a special belt that can go both ways. Alright, so your engine can actually run this motor, which is like a dynamo, and it charges the battery, but the battery can also send power to this motor to crank your engine or to support your engine on a higher load basis. So it's a very, very clever system, and it's sort of plug and play, and it allows the car to have enough electrical power when the engine is shut off and you need to run the air conditioning system. It also helps the car when it comes to starting the car. It also provides seamless start-stop, because current start-stop, right, that it wasn't assisted by some electric motors, right? It is just your engine shutting it off, and then as you release your brake pedal, it starts back again. It would shake. But in a mild hybrid system, it is able to turn the engine before the spark plugs actually sparking. So it is able to crank it. So when it comes to start-stop situations, it is seamless compared to current applications. Alright. Hi Bobby, please do a point of view drive of your Aston Martin. Looking forward. I will do it once MCO opens up. Alright. Hi Bobby, what do you think of a 2006 Porsche 911 Carrera S997? Buy. It's a wonderful car, horrible depreciation, prices hasn't gone up yet, and please buy the car. To me, the 997 is a modern classic, and it will be a better modern classic than quite a few generations. The size of the car hasn't grown to such proportions yet, which happens with the 991 and 992. The 997 to me is the perfect balance for the size of a modern Porsche 911 that isn't too big. Yeah, lovely car. Alright. Hi Bobby, thanks for doing the video on the. So I did a video to tell people, watch this before you buy a plug-in hybrid vehicle, and Mr. Muhammad Afzar is thanking me for that video. Anyway, okay. Hi Bobby, I was curious why we need to service our car every 6 months or 10,000 km, even though I only run 1.5 km 6 months time. Well, if you leave your car parked there with the oils and all that not moving and all that, even though you don't drive much, but in 6 months it's better to follow the car maker's recommendation to service it. Yeah. Alright. Hi Bobby, my X1 can tap out all the SUVs. No, your X1 will not be able to tap out the CX-5. Yeah, I can drive the CX-5, and you can drive your X1, and then we can go do the slaloms, and I'll beat you. Yeah. Yeah. That's about it. Oh crap! Shit ton of comments load up after that. Hi Bobby, I'm really looking forward to buy a Mercedes-Benz E-Class. What will your review be on this particular car? 2009. Which generation is this? Is it already the W212? Mercedes E23, but I don't think. Oh, W211. Yeah. Um, why not? I think this car is good looking. The E230 Avantgarde 2009 2.5 V6. It's the old school Mercedes-Benz, beautiful interior, and yeah, this generation. I mean, 2009 I think is fine. You don't want the 2010 one, the W212, or the price difference is very big. But this generation E-Class is nice. W211, it's a beautiful car. What will be my review? Can you find a similarly priced CLS? Get the CLS. It's way better looking, has a better interior, more high quality interior, and the car is actually absolutely beautiful, frameless doors and all that. Try and get a CLS, Mr. Rishi Varman Kamaraja. Yeah, can you try and get a CLS? Are you able to get a CLS? Let me see what are the prices. Mercedes E230. Yeah, it's 40 plus thousand. 40 plus thousand for a W211. 55,000. Oh my god. CLS 350 is 30 plus. Yes, the road tax is a lot higher for a 3.5 liter, but I reckon it's worth it. It is worth it because this car it sounds great and it's beautiful. Yeah, road tax is a bit high, huh? Is there a 300? No. Yeah, it's a 3.5, no choice. Yeah, huge difference in road tax. Huge difference. 3,500 cc. Oh, 4,380 ringgit versus a 2.5. Ooh. One is 880 ringgit road tax. Another one is 4,380 ringgit road tax. Okay, I mean, you can get the E-Class. Yeah, forget about the CLS. Just forget about it. Or you can get a CLS and then or you can get the CLS and then you open a new bank account and you transfer 12 ringgit every single day. It's just like touch and go. And then by year end, you will have your 4,380 ringgit road tax. Yeah. Hi Bobby, quick question. In terms of luxury, why people pick the 7 Series over an S-Class? But people pick the S-Class over the 7 Series. You know, there's only one generation of 7 Series that outsold the S-Class, and that happened in year 2002, 2003, 2004, which is the ugliest 7 Series ever. The one that was designed by Chris Bangle with the Bangle butt, with the crazy psychedelic looking headlamps that looks like a reverse bra or a cleavage from top view. Yeah, that's the headlamps. Oh, yeah. Only that ugly ass 7 Series ever outsold an S-Class. Other than that, the S-Class has always outsold the 7 Series because Mercedes does luxury better. But I would reckon the current generation, the 7 Series, has a more it's not comfortable. The S-Class, no, I don't mean it's under the category of comfortable when I'm doing my argument here. The S-Class feels more plush as you sit behind, and everything just looks more regal in a way. The 7 Series looks like a 5 Series interior. Of course, the rear seats, the 7 Series has a lot of gadgets and all that, which the current S-Class doesn't have. But I think the biggest difference is that the 7 Series, even though in terms of ultimate pliancy, the S-Class is slightly better, but I hear a lot of people mentioning that when they were in the S-Class, they feel nauseated. Whereas in the 7 Series, they don't. So, yeah. Alright. Hi Bobby, what's your opinion on a 2010 Kia Cerato Coupe and a 2008 Honda Civic 1.8? I cannot suggest anything that goes against a Civic FD. Yep. Even though the Cerato Coupe looks brilliant, but since it is the same base as a, it's not called Cerato back then, right? It's called a Kia Forte Coupe, right? Or do they already call it a Cerato? Anyway, the Civic FD is just fantastic. It drives fantastic. It drives way better than the one that came after. What's that called? FB or something? Yeah. So even though the Cerato Coupe and the Kia Coupe looks a lot more exciting than the Civic, but sorry man, I would go for the FD. Yeah. It's just a great car. Anyway, hi Bobby, I'm kind of worried about the torsion beam rear suspension. Will it hold out? I have owned a Citroen with torsion suspension and it required a lot of maintenance which wasn't cheap. I guess this guy is not from Malaysia, Nikolai, because Malaysians don't buy Citroen. He was referring to my video on the Mazda 3. So I think it'll hold out because torsion beam